Next, big news. I finally found a place, Jeff, so we can finally make this announcement. We've been trying to plan this out. I am happy to announce that the Buffalluminati Eclipse Special will be coming to you live from Lock 34 in Lockport, New York. We can't wait. You know, it's a favorite location of ours. It's two Lockport kids growing up. And what a great place to just sit, have some food, have some beers, and watch the sun go out for the day. So that's going to be a real fun one, and I cannot wait. And once again, thanks to Lock 34 for having us. Couldn't pick a better spot.
If you're going to serve wings or ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings. It's either blue cheese or wings, and go for wings.
That's right. Never mind who you thought it was. This is the Buffalluminati Podcast, your keeper of Buffalo's secrets. We got a great episode for you today, but first, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure to share with your friends so that all the Buffalluminaries can get in on these secrets. I'm your host, Jake, and joining me as always is my co-host, Jeff.
Yes, sir. Back again with another intriguing episode to let everybody from Buffalo to Batavia and beyond, Triple B, in on some of our regional secrets. And don't forget to hit those socials, like my man said, talking about Facebook, Instagram, at Buffalluminati. And what do we got going on today, my man?
Well, we got a lot going on today, Jeff. First, though, I want to start off with some news and corrections. So last time we were together, we covered the Buffalo Burger beef, and there was a lot going on. And I actually got to talk to one of my buddies down here that is a local business owner on Buffalo Street, like right in between. He's in the middle of all the action. He knows a couple people. And so I talked to him about the episode, and he had a few corrections and confirmations, I'll say. The first is that indeed Juicy Burger and Carte Blanche's owners are one and the same, hence the pop-up relationship, and that they are looking for a new location diligently to try and bring that back to, a standalone operation. He also said that the owner of Mr. Sizzles used to work at Juicy as the chef. So adding some drama to the mix, even more beef.
That's why we got to definitely try all three of these.
Exactly. Yeah. We got to see who reigns supreme in Hamburg, making Hamburgs. And then he also said his personal opinion is that Buffalo Bros is the best one. So we'll have to see about that. So yeah, that's my corrections from the last episode and just a couple updates on that. And still very excited, like you said, to go out and try them all.
And you've had the Buffalo Bros one, though? Or that's the only one you had?
I have, but I had their like limited menu. So I just had a very basic burger.
Yeah.
And then they have like a special burger every week. They have just those two. But I mean, I'm sure that I would like to go to their truck as well because they have a little bit more there. But we'll see once we have the full menu where we're at with that. Where are we at next? Next, big news. I finally found a place, Jeff, so we can finally make this announcement. We've been trying to plan this out, and I am happy to announce that the Buffalluminati Eclipse Special will be coming to you live from Lock 34 in Lockport, New York. Big shout out to Melissa for having us. we can't wait. You know, it's a favorite location of ours. It's two Lockport kids growing up and drinking on Main Street. And what a great place to just sit, have some food, have some beers, and watch the sun go out for the day. And we will be joining you. Hopefully, we'll be able to live stream that. I'm still looking into that. But if not, we're going to have that episode up as close to the day of as possible. So yeah, that's what will be next, Jeff.
Yeah, man, I love actually going out and getting to cover stuff, getting to do stuff. I know we tried with the Bills tailgate this year, but we couldn't get really enough footage.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties on that one, but we're coming in prepared next year.
That's because that we want that to be our big show and everything. So this I feel like is another opportunity to be close to home, supporting a small local business in a way, and like one of our favorite spots, like you said, and covering something super cool like the eclipse. That's probably we're never going to see again. So,
right, yeah, this is
it's all exciting stuff.
Exactly, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for Buffalo and Buffalonians and Western New York as a whole.
And what does it mean for Buffalo? The eclipse coming over Buffalo.
Yeah, what does it mean for the Buffalluminati?
What kind of conspiracies can we come up with?
Exactly. So that's going to be a real fun one, and I cannot wait. And once again, thanks to Lock 34 for having us. Couldn't pick a better spot to just, like I said, sit back, relax, and watch the sun go out. And yeah, who knows what it means for Buffalo and the Buffalluminati. It's a very mysterious event indeed.
I hope I just hope that's not the end.
It's not the end. It's just the beginning for the Buffalluminati. Yeah. But with that, why don't we get into today's episode and today's news and excitement? And we're going to start with Albert the Alligator. This is a story that's been making news worldwide. I've seen it as far as getting some coverage out in the UK and the Hindu Times, but I'm not sure where that's from specifically. And then obviously Fox News, CNN, USA Today, and local Buffalo News, WKBW, WGR. Everybody's covering it. The Irish Star on MSN. I don't know what that publication is either, but I'm going to guess it's from Ireland. Everybody is talking about Albert. And I really wish this was a happier story to cover, Jeff.
I know. I wish it was like that. What was that? A year or two ago when that lady stole the pig or something and she got arrested, or a cow.
Oh yeah, out in Newfane. The cow drama.
I wish it was like a happy ending like that, but
yeah,
unfortunately,
person gets the cow back, and the bad person gets arrested.
Yeah.
But like you said, unfortunately, this isn't quite the case. I'm going to go right off the Associated Press because they're officially official. The source of news for people.
They're associated.
News. They're associated. Yes, coming out of Hamburg, New York, it seems to be the locale of all of the juicy drama, not just burgers. But
that's why I'm happy to come back to LP for the eclipse, because Hamburg's getting all the love recently.
Exactly. We gotta. What's going on in West Seneca? Our West Seneca people. What's going on out there? Cheektowaga, Wheatfield, the Falls, or right downtown. What's going on downtown?
For sure. What's up on Elmwood?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll cover the Kensington drama too in a future episode. But right now, back to Albert. We got a 750-pound See, now they're saying 12 foot. I've been seeing 11 foot up until today. Now that I'm
Way
opening these
ahead.
articles, they're saying 12.
12-foot long, 750 pounds.
Albert the Alligator. Yeah.
Straight out of Tony's spare room.
Yeah. 34 years old, this alligator.
Shit, he's
yes.
our age.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, and he's been the friend of Tony Cavallero since 1990 when he brought him home.
Damn.
And recently, I think it's 7 days ago, from the time of this recording, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation came to Tony's home, all swatted out, and seized Albert. Their reasoning was that he did not have the proper license. His license expired in 2021 to keep Albert, and that he had let people into the pool to take pictures and pet the alligator, which would go against the rules for having a license in the first place.
Yeah.
So the state came and seized Albert, and outrage swept the Western New York region. Change.org petition was made. It is currently up to 139,301 signatures as of this recording, and 2,100 people alone signed that today. So they got a lot of backing, Albert and Tony.
Right. But that's to be expected. We're going to have your back.
That is true. We don't want the state coming in and
I do.
Getting their hands in everything.
I support my man Tony. I haven't signed the petition, but I wish that he was able to keep his alligator. But unfortunately, based on what I've seen in the story, I don't think that they're going to allow that to happen.
I gotta tend to agree with you, Jeff, on that one. And yeah, the petition, like I said, is going strong. And like I said, this has gotten international attention. And neighbors, friends, family, and even people that never met Albert and Tony are coming out of the woodwork to support. There's one post on Facebook that I really liked. It is from the people over at Coley's Pool and Spas out of Hamburg, New York. They posted photos. They built the water habitat for Albert. And I mean, if you take a look at this thing and then the photos that they're of the building process, it is very elaborate, and you could tell that a lot of care went into making this habitat for Albert to thrive in. Though maybe he did get a little bit too big for it, because it does look kind of small for his size now. But you know, even they're like, we just, you know, we wish the best to Albert and Tony. And it's a beautiful thing to see from the city of good neighbors. Yeah, that's that's the story, Jeff. As of right now, we don't know if he's going to come back home or whatever. We know that he is with some licensed professionals.
They don't even know where he's being held. Which has got to be the toughest part if you're the owner, probably. Not knowing where he's being held, what's going on with him. Even if you know you're not going to get him back, like, at least you want to be aware and kept up to date. So,
for sure. And I think that even if, you know, like we said, the law is kind of broken, it's kind of an open and shut case, but I don't think that that means the punishment should be that they have to be separated forever. even
Right.
if he can't go back home, you got to allow him to be able to know where he is, go visit, you know,
Right. Like putting in
allow them
33 years.
both the animal and the owner, just the dignity of, you know, continuing that relationship that they've had basically since Albert's birth.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So 30, you're gonna like 33 years is not something you can just erase. So or act like it didn't happen. So that he should have some kind of access. I feel like. Um, but like the story says, he apparently what happened is he let somebody see him, and I guess what led to the DEC and everybody being alerted to that was that somebody made a post about it, either a picture or a video, something like that. So um, I think that really sucks, and that's sad. Is that he was kind of letting these people in, letting them do something cool, and then they kind of ended up pulling them in the end.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just a sad it's a sad story. And I join with the rest of Western York and just wishing the best for the two of them. Like I said, you got to let them. This can't just be goodbye forever with having the SWAT team come in and take Albert away. Like that.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. Like that's a traumatizing event to have happen. Whether it's
and
your
yeah,
alligator, your dog, your child, your spouse,
and as much time and money as he clearly had invested into raising this animal,
Right.
eh,
I think
he
Entertainment
can't just
Weekly
do that
said
to him.
$150,000 on the edition for.
Yeah, you can't just do that to him,
Yeah, for sure.
even if he
And
did break the law.
you know, yeah, let's keep them close. I don't know. Can you go to the zoo? Can you go to the Buffalo Zoo?
That would be cool.
All right, Jeff. So, a couple episodes ago, we covered all the hate mail, and in the post before that, we covered even the other op-ed attacking the Bills Mafia, and I'd alluded to that we need to do some love letters to combat all the hate that's coming Buffalo's way. Hate's everywhere these days, and we're here to spread the love and spread the secrets of Buffalo. And so we reached out to our favorite people, the people of Our Buffalo on Reddit. They're always they're posting a lot of information, and they share a lot of secrets as well. And we get a lot of good information from them. So I reached out and asked for some love letters, and we got some. And thank you guys. And I also just pulled some posts that we're gonna read. So yeah, let's just get into it. We're gonna start with this one coming from Electric Socket Liquor on Reddit. He signed his letter Eben, so I'm guessing that's his real name, not Electric Socket Liquor. Though I love the username.
Reddit has the best names.
They really do. They really do. And it is Buffalo is a great community. It's not like a standard toxic Reddit community. There's love to be spread. So he writes, "Dear Buffalo, on October 12th, 2007, or sorry, it says October 12th, 2007 is the first day I called Buffalo home. And to be honest, it has been ever since. It was my freshman year at UB, and I was driving back from my Capital Region childhood hometown to Buffalo. I told my roommate I will be home in 2 hours. I thought, wow, this is the first time I called Buffalo home. I've had stints in San Diego and New York City, but I've come back to Buffalo. Buffalo has enough of the good stuff: food, culture, sports, history, affordable housing, jobs, good people, outdoor activities, to overcome any of the negatives. Buffalo isn't the city of my youth, but it is the city I grew up in. Signed, Eben."
Nice. I love that. everything he said. I mean, you know, I we have all the good things. We do have some of the bad things. The ghettos, the not so great neighborhoods, which we wish we had less of. But every big city has that. Um, wish we could do something with those old factories and things, but
And I think that there is an effort with those things. I can't speak to other cities because I don't live there, but I feel like we try, maybe not the government, the city, the local government, but the people of Buffalo, they try to lift up the areas that are, because like you said, that's they want to clean it up, but there's so many just societal disadvantages that we need to learn to overcome and things we need to get past. But at the same time, we just try to do the best we can with what we got. Uh,
yeah.
and
But also, like we said before on the show, um, if everybody who watches this would know, Buffalo doesn't just mean Buffalo. That's why when they reference like the food, and everything else, like it's really it's Western New York, but the Buffalo area, we have all the good stuff. Um,
yes,
we no longer have Lefroy sauce. That really sucks, but um,
that hurts.
it really does. That's so sad. But aside from that, we still have tons of great food up here that people really don't know. And our pizza, I feel like, is underrated. People talk about New York City pizza, but Buffalo pizza is the best pizza in New York State, and probably should be the pizza that's compared to like Philly and Chicago and everywhere else.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, we definitely need to be more in the conversation. We're a small market, but that doesn't mean anything. That, we
Right.
got we got plenty going on here.
Everybody knows where Buffalo is.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they might not be able to locate it on a map, but they know it's in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was our first love letter, Jeff. You want to take the second one?
Yeah, what do we got?
Grab one out of the little mailbag I
All right,
sent you.
this one comes from our Buffalo user Fart Interaction. Not a direct response to the Buffalo love letter, but just a little Buffalo appreciation that he decided to post. So titled "Damn It, I Love This Town." Just a Buffalo appreciation post. I went to college in Buffalo. I'm moving back after 15 years away, and I am so excited. I've been reading about all the new businesses and resurgences of the area. Most recently saw a Yemeni cafe open till 2 a.m. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Yemeni.
Yemeni cafe open until 2 a.m. during Ramadan to allow the Muslim community to enjoy, and I'm really just feeling the Buffalo love today. Can't wait to move back to the city. So is it? Is that it? That's it, right? That's his whole post.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, from what
Yeah,
I
I
can see.
mean,
And it got a
I
lot of
love that.
love in the comments as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. Good. No down votes. A lot of love because um, I'm glad that we have establishments like that. You know what I mean, for other cultures and things that they can come in and feel like this is home, just as much as maybe like a New York City or a Los Angeles. Like,
Right, that we can accommodate all cultures and, all of that in just, once again, a small market. Like you said,
right,
you don't need all of the big city things to have a world experience. We allow all cultures here and we welcome them to share with us, you know, whatever they bring to the table. And that's what makes Buffalo great. We talk
I'm
about the
sure
people all the time.
there's some people out there that makes uncomfortable, but we don't like those people.
The times are
We're all
changing and you got to get with it.
we're all about inclusivity and all that. So yeah,
Right.
I love that. I love I had no idea that we even had stuff like that. So
Yeah. I also
I'm happy
noticed
to see that.
for sure, and I also noticed that it seems like it's a kind of recurring theme of it's people that come here from somewhere else. You know, a lot of
Mhm.
students, you know, because we have a big international student population with all the universities that we have in the area. And how they find it like, you know, oh, this is great. And like, I want to stay here and I call this place home now. And
Right.
it's great that it's not just local flavor and local flair. Like I'm born and raised in Buffalo, like, you know, like us. Yeah, because we can sit here, anybody can sit here and be like, yeah, this is my, you know, this is my hometown, born and raised. It's the greatest place ever. Is it really? Is it really? Well, Buffalo, yes, but uh so to get the opinions of people that weren't raised here, weren't born here, and like it's just
Yeah.
something drew them back and or kept them here, and that's great.
I think that's what means more is the actions of the people, like you said, the people coming from somewhere else and who were able to experience living here and left again for whatever reason, but made the decision to come back, or even the people who live here and want to leave. Like I
Yep.
understand, New York State and Texas and whatever you want to leave, but that's not Buffalo. You know what I mean? That's like that's the state. So people always come back, whether it's to visit, whether it's you move to Florida for 10 years, you come back to live for the rest of your life. Like people always come back, and it's for all those reasons, like in the first love letter that they said. It's the food, it's the culture, it's the environment, it's the affordable housing. It's like it is a great area.
Yeah. I'm also now
We're slept on.
curious, just the way you said that, especially with Florida. Are there snowbirds in other states? Or because I feel like the whole thing is once you retire, you move to Florida and that's it. That's you just there. But
Yeah,
with like Buffalo, it's like nah, we go down there to get away from the winter, but in the summer we come back and
there's got to
party.
be, right. Like I mean, it'd be arrogant to think that
That's
like
true. It would be.
like Pennsylvania or like Ohio didn't have snowbirds.
That's true. Yeah, let's get on to the next one. This one comes from Scout 405, and I'm gonna say it's a two-parter. I believe it's a he. Before I get too
They
far, yes, they wrote me, and then a few days later they had something to add. And Scout writes, "I grew up in a suburb of Buffalo. As a young adult, I lived in the city for 5 years, but I felt a need to experience somewhere different. I moved to San Francisco, where I had a couple of friends and lived for 3 years. It was definitely a cool place to live, but far too costly to think about buying a house and starting a family. So I came back to Buffalo and raised my kids in the city. Now they are adults and we live near each other on the west side. We highly value the diversity of our neighborhood, the connections we've developed with our close neighbors, and the walkability of the area. Buffalo's not perfect, but we found community here." And that was the end of the first section. He reached out later to add, "Often random people would challenge me by asking in disbelief, 'How could you move back here from San Francisco?' And my response has always been that what I learned from living elsewhere, and perhaps particularly in a very popular city, is that the most important thing in life for me is people. Developing friendships and connections in a community is so much more important than location."
I love that. Obviously, everything is priorities are different for everybody. Um, but yeah, when you I feel like when you it's gonna come off like arrogant, but I feel like when you prioritize like happiness, this isn't a bad place to pick to live. You know what I mean? Um, to me, growing up here, honestly, I don't and living here my whole life, like I don't understand like how Scout right here says like you couldn't comprehend living in San Francisco and purchasing a home and starting a family. I can't either. Like hear the horror stories about like New York City, big cities in California, Texas, probably the same thing. Like the prices of just to buy a house and to live near the city, it's like it's gross.
Right.
Um,
And I mean, Buffalo and Western New York as a whole has gotten, accolades from all of these different websites about being one of the affordable places to live. And even here, the thought of that for, you know, people not only our age, but like the younger people just now getting into the, where housing, they need to figure it out. And it's scary for a lot of people. So, to go out there and experience it and see, and then come back here. And like you said, it's not even about all of that. It's about the people and the connections that you build here. And I feel like of all of my connections in my network, I went to school out in central New York, and I talked to some of those people, but not nearly as much as my Buffalo connections. And not just because I'm local, with just
right.
people checking in on each other. It just seems a lot closer.
Yeah, I mean, it's Buffalo's a big city. I mean, at least to me, you probably especially, we grew up in a small city outside of Buffalo, but so Buffalo's a big city to us. It's not a big city to the rest of the country, but I think that makes for a lot of really good reasons to live here. And one of the best reasons is, yeah, obviously affordable housing, and that's going to make it easier and better for you to start a family. So,
Right. Exactly. And
um,
and a community that you feel like you can raise a family in.
right. Obviously, like I said before, there are, neighborhoods you wouldn't want to do that, but there are plenty of good neighborhoods in every municipality out here. So,
That is true.
um, it is a really good area to live. It always hurt me to hear people say how, like, oh, this place sucks, I'm leaving, I'm moving out of state. And that's why I kind of relish in or appreciate the fact that those people do always come back. It's like whether you have family here or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool. When you come back to visit your family, what do? Like, you go and hit all the spots you used to hit when you were here, because you know that we got great food, um, great restaurants, great venues.
Right.
It, it's awesome. Sports teams, all that.
And you said like about how we come from like a very small city. You can barely call it a city. And the Buffalo is the big city to us, growing up. And it reminds me of when I was in college at Buff State, and just all the classes the first day is just tell us about yourself, whatever, blah blah blah. And there was a lot of kids in that particular class from New York City, and everybody was just, it was a hate party on Buffalo. There's nothing to do here. It's so small. I'll give you that the metro ain't shit. We don't have a subway system like New York,
Yeah.
or DC. It's a straight line, and we need to expand it. And I know that it's getting a lot of pushback, and I don't understand why. We just need a better metro for everybody. It
Yeah.
just, we need it. Anyway, I got up and I was like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I was like, I get that, I've been to New York City once. I get that it's a big place. There's a lot to do, and it's always open. You need
Yeah.
anything at any time a day. You can walk to a store and get to it within a block or two. It's also expensive as hell. And I said, but you can pretty much do that in Buffalo with limitations. Bars close at 4. Whatever. But you need food, you can find it. I shout out to, and I've never been there in person. I've driven by there 100 times, but it's a Buffalo landmark at this point. But the We Never Close in the Elmwood Village, even during the blizzard, they were helping people get supplies that they need when everything was shut down. They stayed open. just for the
Right.
people in the neighborhood to be able to get, whether they need toilet paper or some food or whatever. And so we're not just this they were comparing it to like it was almost like it was a farm town, you know, and it's like,
That's
come,
funny.
come on now, come on now, have a
We
little.
have farm towns all over the place, but a lot of people outside of New York State don't understand that. But in between, like the big cities like Buffalo and Syracuse and New York, it's all farm towns and farmland. So it's funny to hear because like even from our small town, our small city that we're from, we're surrounded by like farmland, farm towns. So that's funny to hear.
Yeah, for sure. And
'Cause we
yes,
ain't that.
definitely not. There's plenty to do, and we at least have a major sports team in 2 leagues. So
Yeah. Sure, the commissioner of one league was trying to move our team, and if we didn't build a new stadium,
listen, we'll have a whole episode on that at some point, but not today. Let's do this last letter and wrap it up there, Jeff. You want to read the
Right.
last one?
Sounds good, brother. Yeah. Another one from our Buffalo, just a random quick post. From Buffalo is, or yeah, username is deleted. So he made this post about 2 weeks before the time we screenshotted it. He literally only made this account to say that Buffalo is pretty cool. Maybe. But what he said is Buffalo is pretty cool. I've lived here, Tonawondas, all 3 of them, for 20 years now. I came here sight unseen in 2003 and was not prepared for the cold, driving, massive amounts of pizza y'all eat, or why after every dang sentence it ends with "I know, right?" Work brought me here in 03, and I only had to stay until 05. Well, dang if I didn't meet the prettiest gal I ever saw in 05. See where I'm going here? Fast forward to 2024, and we are married with 2 boys that make you want to day drink sometimes. Definitely some Buffalo boys.
Yes.
I, I reckon I'm never going to live in my little corn patch in North Carolina ever again. And since my family is happy, well, that's good enough for me. Y'all still talk funny with that hard A. My wife pokes fun at my accent too. Go Sabres. I love it. That's amazing.
I like how he says all 3 of the Tonawandas.
I know. I was like, did I miss one? Is there a South Tonawanda?
Maybe just the collective. But yeah, I mean, once again, another love letter. And I like how we had, like I said, 2 locals and then 2 transplants. But once again, just great to see. And this is the kind of love that we need here in Buffalo.
I love everything about this dude's post.
Well, dang if I didn't meet the prettiest girl I ever saw.
He was not prepared for the amount of pizza y'all eat. He came up here and was like, damn, you guys eat a lot of pizza.
And
well, there's a good pizza place on every block. What you want?
That's true.
And
I
it's
also
not
didn't.
Domino's and it's not Pizza Hut.
Facts. Though
that's what he don't got. See, you don't understand because you're the best. Your best pizza place, no offense, deleted, is probably Domino's or Pizza Hut.
It's true. In North Carolina, I can't imagine your options are that great. I also like how he said, and I didn't realize that this was a local thing. Why after every dang sentence it ends with "I know, right?"
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I don't know if he's saying we say it at the end of every sentence. Like I would just complete this sentence and be like, I know, right? Like, wouldn't you say that in response to someone else's?
That's true.
Like,
so maybe every response starts with "I know, right?"
I mean that's what he's saying after every sentence he says. We're like, I know, right? Well, yeah, dude. It's like we're buying time. Give us a second before.
It's cold. We got to let everything heat up to process a response.
I know, right? Deep inhale. And then you add yours. I mean, but yeah, I love everything about this. It's amazing. He thinks we talk funny. Y'all still talk funny. You got the nerve to start a sentence with y'all and say we talk funny. But he's not lying about that hard A.
I just read an article somewhere talking about that, how y'all is no longer a Southern thing. It's kind of been adopted as a...
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Not even with Buffalo, but just as a term.
Yeah. People all over, they're just like, y'all.
Because it used to be, you know, Philly has yous guys, but we have, you know, you guys, or...
Pittsburgh has yins guys.
Yins, yeah. So...
But no, yeah, I
definitely
noticed it. We got pop. Several other places have pop. But it does seem like it was like a collective understanding. Everybody was like, now that we all know what y'all means, why is it not just a regular part of English?
Yeah, you all.
Like instead of me saying, yeah, like you guys, like y'all.
I put that in Facebook a lot when I'm trying to get a lot of people's attention. Like, hey, y'all, I need a love letter for Buffalo. Can y'all help us out?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely common. I've definitely used it.
Yeah, so big shout outs to our Buffalo on Reddit. Once again, a great community giving us some content. We love you, and we love Buffalo. That's why we're here doing what we do at the Buffalluminati.
And all three of the Tonawandas.
Yes, from all three of the Tonawandas: Hamburg, Lockport, Lackawanna, Wheatfield, Olean to Alcott, Buffalo to Batavia. This is the Buffalluminati. Make sure to like and subscribe at Buffalluminati on social media, Instagram, Facebook. Another episode in the books. Jeff, you got anything to say before we take off here?
Oh, that was a good one. That was, I loved all of that. All the content, everything except for my man Tony getting this alligator taken away. That kind of sucked, but
That's true.
Everything else we discussed was pretty cool. It was a good episode. Nothing super secretive, you know what I mean? Not too many secrets to reveal, anything too deep this time. But
no, that alligator secret was out. That was out.
They knew about that in other countries. They know more than we do, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all good stuff. I mean, we're never short of headlines out here.
That's true. Never short of headlines, and
it's easy to come across some content.
For sure. And so, yeah, make sure you guys join us for the next one, the Eclipse Special, live from Lock 34. Once again, thank you to them for hosting us, and we can't wait for that event. And this has been the Buffalluminati Podcast. We'll catch you on the next one.